Hello, hello. And here's another video. I really like this lighting. Yeah. Maybe it could be a thumbnail for the video. The glowing beard. Glowing beard thumbnail. Okay, let me adjust the focus. Alright. Okay. So, yeah, I felt like recording. I'm in the car right now. I went out to do some things, and I realized I can make a video now. Create a video that you know, and that could be very nice. And share something, and yeah, here I am. What do I want to share today? So there is this thing I want to talk about, and it's about like the past, the present, and the future, and like how we are so stuck in being kind of like organized, you know, in thinking in terms of the past or the future, and like we seem to, you know, plan things in the future, even though like the future, it didn't arrive, right? We never know what can happen. We never know how things can turn out in the future, and there's also like this causes that a lot of people tend to live in the future, tend to always think in terms of the future. And the thing is, the future is an illusion. It really is. Even though it, like, this might sound weird to the way we think, because, you know, we say, oh, like, what day of the week is this, and we always think in terms of years, months, days, and it's very useful, of course, to you know, to be organized and to take action, but it's useful as a tool, not useful as the way we should always think, right? Because if we always think, you know, in terms of the future and also like the past, then we're not actually very present in the present moment. Of course all of this is done in the present moment. Of course, when we plan for the future, we plan it in the present moment. But I mean, we're not fully here in the present moment when we're always, you know, always in the future, always thinking in terms of the future. And there's a quote that I really like, which is like, you know, not literally, that man plans and God laughs, right? And it's so true, because like, how many times have we planned for things, and to our surprise we discover like how things turned up, right? And how it completely changed our plans. And so yeah, like, that's something that I really want to talk about, is that always being in the future and always not being in the present and you know, delaying things in terms of the future, right? I mean, in a way that, let me explain this. So maybe you can say, I will start doing something when maybe a New Year's resolution, for example, or when something happens. But all that is really some kind of like mental construction. And the New Year's resolution, or whatever like to-do list that you have, whatever kind of plan that you have, it's always in the present. It's always gonna happen in the present. So what's the idea of waiting for something to happen? And or thinking, for example, maybe I'm not like good enough right now, like thinking maybe if you want to do something and you think, oh, maybe I'll wait until like I get better at whatever, and that is okay in terms of like, you know, thinking and organizing. But it's really a tool. It's not reality, right? And this way of thinking always stops us from actually being present and absorbing the full presence, the full present moment, and so many potentialities, so many opportunities that are available in the present moment are infinite. And planning or organizing something actually really limits us in a way, if we do take it very seriously. Because you could plan something for maybe a 5-year goal plan, whatever, and you could be taking little steps towards a really big goal, and that is very, very, it's a very organized way to do something. But what if it limits you? What if you could do this in a year? I mean, I don't like the numbers and years and like the idea, you know, of these abstractions that really disconnect us from the reality of the present moment and what can be manifested and achieved and created in the present. And when we're always thinking in terms of, you know, ahead, then are we really ever here? Are we really ever present? Are we really ever going to take action when we're always thinking of the abstractions of the future and the mental constructions of, you know, the organizing and planning and the numbers, this year, past year, last year? It's good to calculate, right? It's good to do some calculations, do some gather information, or you know, expand some kind of knowledge. But that's what it's good for. But is it good for actually living, actually seeing all the potentialities, seeing all the, absorbing the full presence? I'm not sure. Like, I mean, of course it's good to use it as a tool, but a tool is a tool, right? A tool is not the thing that uses you. You use the tool, right? And whenever the tool is not working properly, or whenever the tool is actually being in a disadvantage and disconnecting you from reality, then it's an illusion. It's not a tool anymore. It's a tool of illusion. And you know what? You could always think, oh, maybe I will create something when something happens, or I will do this when this happens. And when maybe next year, like, always these ideas, they always disconnect us from really the potentialities and the opportunities and the things that we can do right now, the things that are possible right now. And yeah, and I think this is very important to really be conscious of and be very aware of how we are in the present only. There's no future, there's no past, there's always only the present. That is always ever changing, but it's always the present, it's always the eternal present. And the idea of the future or something happening later, it's just a mental construction that doesn't actually happen. It's just some kind of organizing the present. But reality is the present. Real is the present. And the future happens in the present. It doesn't happen after the present. The future happens in the present. And it's really so life-changing to switch from being ahead in the future and thinking always ahead, to come back to this present moment and to be fully here. And it's really life-changing. It's really powerful. It's really healing. There's no anxiety about the future because no one knows what's gonna happen. But being here, breathing, we are present. And if you are present, then you are fully prepared for the future, right? Because it happens now. It happens here. So yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about today. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I would love to discuss this with anyone who watches this. And yeah, it's really hot. I'm really sweating right now. Look at this, because I turned off the AC because it's so loud. The mic was really capturing a lot of noise, so I had to turn off the AC to make this video, and I'm sweating right now. But this is sweat of joy, sweat of creation. And I'm happy I made this video. I am practicing the present, practicing being present, and seeing what's possible being present without thinking always ahead in the future. Like when I wanted to make a video, when I just wanted to create a video and I wanted to talk, and it just comes out. You know, not like having to plan something. Oh, this is what I'm gonna talk about today. This is what I'm gonna talk about tomorrow. No, it comes up naturally, and this came up naturally, and I'm happy to share this with you. So yes, this is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I will see you now.